Man skewered a piece of roasted meat with a branch, blew on it, and then shoved it into his mouth. It was the first bite of cooked food he'd had in 3 days on the island, but that alone wasn't nearly enough to fill his stomach. So Jack smashed a glass bottle and placed the bottom of it on a rock, rubbing it back and forth. Then he heated a plastic bottle over the fire until it softened. He firmly glued the polished glass bottom onto the bottle's mouth. Next, he cut open the bottle, sealed the opening with rubber, and carefully wrapped the cut edges. Before long, a homemade diving mask was complete. Jack couldn't wait. He dove straight into the water, holding the bottle steady with both hands. He tested it again and again underwater. To his surprise, everything below the surface was crystal clear. It worked just as well as swimming goggles. He couldn't help but laugh out loud because being able to see underwater meant he could finally see hope for survival. After finishing the mask, Jack immediately grabbed his spear and dove into the ocean, ready to catch a big fish to fill his empty stomach. But underwater, he stumbled upon a surprise. He found a small sunken boat. That unexpected discovery made him forget all about fishing. He quickly dropped his spear and used all his strength to flip the boat over. But the next second, his heart sank. There was a massive hole in the bottom of the boat. Without any tools or equipment, repair seemed impossible. Still, Jack came up with a bold idea. He tied a rope to the boat and began dragging it slowly along the seafloor. But the boat was heavy, and at a depth of 8 meters. The pressure made every step painfully hard. Before long, Jack reached his limit. He had no choice but to let go of the boat and swim to the surface, gasping for air. But unexpectedly, he didn't give up. Instead, he took a deep breath and dove back down again, pulling the boat closer to shore. No one knew how long it took, but eventually Jack, exhausted and trembling, dragged the boat out of the water and onto the beach. Then he used scavenged materials to patch the damage. He covered the hole with plastic boards he had found, and even built a retractable sail. Before long, the little boat was seaworthy again. As long as the weather stayed calm, it could easily sail across the ocean. But before he could celebrate, a man and a woman secretly approached the boat while Jack was diving for fish. Working together, they pushed the boat toward the water. By the time Jack noticed and rushed over, it was already too late. The two had boarded the boat and were sailing toward the endless horizon. Strangely, even though his only chance of escape was disappearing, Jack smiled instead. He lay back in his chair, watching the boat drift farther away as he leisurely sipped coconut juice. His bizarre reaction shocked the couple. They thought Jack had lost his mind. But moments later, the woman screamed in horror. The boat was leaking.